to be no hope. So just look inside. There's an answer waiting, because you and I, we were created to love, created to love. We've got one chance to make a change in the world around us that's falling down, because we've got one life to live. So take every moment and seize the day.
Debra Kennedy live here at High Point with the amazing Kathy Ireland. I have been such a fan of yours. You're just such an inspiration to all women.
Thank you, Debra.
You have your worldwide business, but you also seem to have such a passion for helping others. What drives that passion that you really care about so many people in your day-to-day life?
I think in maturity, recognizing that there are needs that are so much bigger than me, and that there are opportunities that are also so much bigger. And that makes it exciting. The vision for our company is teach, inspire, empower, make the world better. And if we can't do that, we don't want to be in business. But if we can do it, we would be horrible stewards of the gifts we've been given to not just go for it. And that's what we're doing.
And that's what I do love about you, is that you really do pay it forward. I love the story that you started as a paper girl so many years ago, and that inspired you to take women to a different level. And you've done so many great things with Sports Illustrated being the #1 in the history of models, but then you've developed so much more of a business. What inspired you from that age of a paper girl to now where you're still reinventing yourself?
Well, actually, before the paper route, my first job was a combination of design and business. I was 4 years old and I sold painted rugs from my wagon. So I've always loved that combination. The modeling was not part of my plan, but it was an opportunity to earn money for college or to start a business. The entire time I worked in that industry, I was trying and failing at so many businesses. Had one of those businesses been successful, the modeling career would not have gone on as long as it did. It ended up being a wonderful education, being exposed to the best designers in the world. But it took a very long time, but we started our brand back in '93 with a pair of socks.
I love that. You sold them to Kmart. Kmart loved your socks and created a whole line centered around that. So now you've ventured on, you do so many things with your Kathy Ireland worldwide, but Level Brands is something, a new entry, and being from Charlotte and our talk show being on Charlotte, we're excited that you're bringing that to the Carolinas. Talk a little bit about Level Brands.
Thank you. Well, so our company started in 1993, and most of our core team, we've been together for 28 years. We have a millennial team that they were not even born when we started, but we need that youthful experience to really, the millennials teach us. They impact our purchases, they impact how we live, our social media. They have a wonderful social consciousness, and connecting with the younger generation has been part of our strategy from day one. And so when we first began our company, we had an internal document that we called The Aging of Kathy Ireland. And I loved that because that was so freeing for me, that this plans for me to get older. I don't have to try to be an age that I'm not.
Right.
I can celebrate wherever I happen to be. And it's wonderful that the brand is not dependent upon me being a certain age.
Right.
Very different from that modeling career that I left behind, and that was intentional. And so a couple of decades ago, we began quietly serving brides. Our company has estates in Greece, Fiji, and Hawaii, Mexico, throughout the world. And we produce weddings, and we serve brides on her most special day, designing couture wedding gowns, diamonds by Kathy Ireland.
Love your
or
diamonds.
Kathleen Marie Paul Rapps, New York. This is our statement line. We also have our affordable luxury diamonds by Kathy Ireland. But when we connect with these people on the most important day of their life and earn their trust, then they stay with us. And we have to work ever harder to maintain that trust, but we love doing that. And then they come to us with other things. But we have millennial team members who really wanted to do more and were very curious about working in a public company. And for many reasons, Kathy Ireland Worldwide is not going to be a public company. It will remain private. I don't have the education that it takes to run a public company, and I'm not going to do something in a titular sense.
Right. A lot of politics with that, and a lot of connections too. So,
but it's got to be. We've worked to earn that trust, so I'm not going to do something half measure. Marty Sumichrast, however, the CEO of Level Brands, he has extensive experience in this arena, and so he is the perfect person to be the CEO when he asked me to serve as chief brand strategist, and that's something that I do have some experience with.
Right.
And chairman emeritus, that's something that I said, yes, I would absolutely support this and work with all of you in that way. So Tommy Meharry, who is the youngest board member on our team, he's a millennial, he's a Marine, he's a new dad, and he's co-founder of I'm One, which is one of the brands in Level Brands.
Right.
I'm One is for men and the women who love them, and it's all about millennials. And EE1 is our entertainment and experiential brand. Encore and Debra One, we work with companies like BMG for music. We work with publishing, travel, Oxygen Water, Demiva, product for women, wonderful products. Beauty and pinups. It was starting with hair care and expanding, no limits there, and connected with Best Buddies and Kathy Ireland Health and Wellness. These are powerful brands that are within Level Brands.
and I love that. I love that you connect with all those, and that also it's breaking away from when you go to the millennials. They shop differently, they interact
They do.
differently, and I love that you're lending your name to that, being part of it, because it is the future. It is today. So you're just broadening yourself. So I love that you shared with the Debra Kennedy Show all that's going on. We look for great things to happen with Level Brands, and we just absolutely adore you and all that you're doing. And
thank
I just
you.
love that you have so many entities, but yet you're so humble and kind and want to give back to others. And that is just in the South one of our virtues. And thank you so much for being with
Debra,
us today.
well, thank you. And North Carolina is a very special place to us. This is where our brand began. Our first partners in socks, John and Marilyn Moretz, still cherished team members and partners who we get to work with, who we love, and just beautiful people here, so hospitable. We love them.
The legendary Kathy Ireland.
Thank you.
If you are in the fashion, art, or entertainment industry and you would like to be a guest on the Debra Kennedy Show, go to www.debrakennedyshow.com and you can be a guest just like me.
You can look fabulous in just a few seconds with holiday hair, and I have John Lewis here with me from Paul Mitchell to talk to our audience about exactly how to get that look.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we have 3 models, actually 4 models, and we'll do a demo on the 4th.
Okay, so we're going to have our first set of models out, and holiday hair can be so simple and easy. And I have to say, our first model and her escort, they're super amazing. Who do we have?
So we have Yele and her model Isaac. And so what we've done is we've tried to take some inspirations of what we've seen on the fashion shows.
Right.
And we
I
have
love
sort of
this.
made them a little more accessible.
Uh-huh.
And so what we've done here is just some braiding and a pony with some curls in it, and then we just added some embellishments just for the holiday season.
And this look is so huge, just the
Yeah.
braiding. And so what we've added is a little sparkle for the
Yeah.
holiday to give it a little flair. And this could be great for a holiday party, for a New Year party. And
Absolutely.
it's simple and easy.
Yeah.
Oh, she is just
Yep.
so
Very accessible.
gorgeous. And our model that's joining her is just fashion savvy as well. They make a fabulous duo, but it is simply all about the hair.
It is. Yes.
Thank you,
Yeah.
fabulous people. Okay, and our next set, John. So what we've done is we've taken her hair, and she has a beautiful texture of hair.
She does. And
Hey,
so
gorgeous.
this is
Hi.
Gabby.
Hey, Gabby.
And Nick.
Hey, Nick.
And so what we did
Handsome.
with Gabby, she has beautiful natural hair, and so we wanted to highlight that. And so we just went in and did some just natural curls. She's gonna
Oh, I
spin around,
love
and then we added
that.
a little hair ornament there.
So really, for our last two models, we have really taken amazing hair and given a little spark, but we've added hair ornaments. So
Right.
is that the new thing, John?
That is the new thing. Yep.
Okay.
Certainly through the holidays, right? And that could carry us all the way through New Year's.
I love it. That is so fabulous. Turn around so we can see your beautiful face. And I'm going to say the holiday hair is spectacular, but her makeup is absolutely
Yes.
gorgeous. Nothing like a little set of lashes, right, girlfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you and your escort are amazing. You want to wave to our camera? Hey! Oh, and our next look, I love this look. It's very Hollywood.
It is. This
Va, va,
is-
va, gloom.
Yes. So what we did
Hey,
is we took.
gorgeous.
Hi.
So this is Giselle.
Hey,
and
Giselle.
her
Hey, gorgeous. Handsome.
her escort here tonight is Matthew.
Hey, Matthew.
And so what we've done with Giselle is we really wanted to sort of take that old Hollywood glam and make it more accessible.
Is this
And-
kind of like a modern version of pin curls?
It is
A little bit?
like a finger wave,
Uh-huh.
dry finger wave, and we did this with the iron.
Okay, let's turn all the way in here. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Okay.
And then we just added some sparkly pins there at the end.
Another hair ornament. So
Yes.
the secret is hair
Hair
ornaments.
ornaments,
Of course,
absolutely.
Paul Mitchell, of course, is the secret weapon.
That's
with
right.
added hair ornaments. So
That's
I
right.
love
Yeah.
it. Thank you, Matthew and Gabby.
Thanks, guys.
Uh-huh. And our next look is very simply elegant.
So this is our.
Uh-huh.
that's our demo.
So we're gonna bring you on board, and then we're gonna pause for a few seconds, and we're gonna take a break. And her hair is fabulous. Turn around. Let's give a good little look of before. Turn back around, and we come back. She is gonna be all glammed up. We'll be right back with the glammed up beauty treatment. John is now going to do a quick demonstration on this fabulous updo with Reagan.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is just come in here and smooth this out. Make it look nice and smooth here. And then, so what we're doing tonight is we're doing a French twist. And what we've done, so what we've done is we've made it simpler. And by doing banding instead of the old-fashioned way would be to pull it and do rows and rows of pins, right? So
Okay.
at the end of the night, you have, 100 pins to take out.
Great.
This way, what we're doing is we're doing 3 bands and hopefully only 2 pins.
Okay, perfect. And while he's doing that and demonstrating, tell me about the makeup because you are responsible for this amazing glam look tonight.
I am. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So just a little bit about the makeup. We tend to go a little bit on the gold and champagne side just for the holiday spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did a nice beautiful pop of a matte red. And you can always just kind of have fun with it. You can add some glitter to it. We can do a beautiful metallic. Just the most important thing is having fun and just having that sparkle going
So
on.
I'm going to say I follow you on Instagram, and you do some of the most amazing artistic designs
Thank
I've ever
you,
seen
thank you.
with makeup and hair. So tell our audience what your Instagram is.
It is color.chaos.cdb. So follow me if you need some makeup help. I'll be glad to come over.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. You're amazing.
Thank you.
So we're gonna see what we're doing here.
Yeah,
we're
so I'm gonna
turn
spin her around.
Oh, fabulous!
So we've just brought this around and pinned it, 2 pins and a band. And
I love the little whippy coming out.
Yes,
Yes.
actually. And that's a very good point. So a more modern twist would not be so tight and so
Right.
restrained, right? So we have a little more movement, there's a little more, and we'll do some final touch up here and sort of get her little flyaway there, her little baby hairs.
Love it.
that's
So that's
easy.
our holiday. We're gonna have our models all run over here as we wave goodbye. Come on, models. Come on, come on. Escorts, models, let's run over here. Come on, come on. Fast, fast, fast. We gotta say happy holidays. Get over here, hover around. I know we had some more. Not sure where they went, but that's okay. So let's wave. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
We're here tonight with one of our favorite segments, which is for all of us foodies out there, In the Kitchen with Armin, with the fabulous Armin.
Thank you, Debra.
And Master Chef Austin Storts.
That's me.
I think I said your name wrong.
Oh, you're
Storts,
good.
so good.
Storts is good.
Storts, I said it like the storks, but it's the Storts, right? So what we're going to do tonight is a little fun appetizer segment. So I'm a big fan of appetizers. And you can whip these up in a matter of seconds, whether you're entertaining with just your neighbors over or entertaining for a big party. But Oysters Rockefeller is always such a popular item.
It is. It is.
But it's one of those items that's very challenging to cook unless you have a master chef that walks us through it, right?
That's right.
So,
Right.
Austin, I'm going to have you help us with the Oysters Rockefeller and the preparation of it. Can you show us how to do that?
Sure. Yeah. Well, first we're gonna get started here. I'll light this bad boy.
Okay. Children, do
Like that.
not try this at home alone, right?
Right.
That's right. Watch the flames.
So
Watch the
first
flames.
thing, you're gonna get your pan hot. Make sure it's good and hot and ready for yourself. Okay.
And I'll be your assistant if you need anything.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, so if you want to pass me those bacon and onion mixture
I
there,
do.
start off with a little bit of those. Who doesn't like bacon, right?
I love bacon.
Right, come on.
And I love onions.
Yeah, yeah. So
Not mine.
throw a little bit of that in there.
My guests don't always love it when I have
No?
onions, you know, but that's okay.
Okay. Well,
That's all
so I usually like to start with those because they sweat well.
Okay.
And just brings an amount of great smoky flavor to the Rockefeller.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, Rockefeller's known to have bacon in it, so just a little extra touch there.
So I have a trivia question. Why is it called Oysters Rockefeller? Is it a type of oyster?
It is. It's mainly a broiled oyster. It has like a spinach fondue mixture in there, and it was created in New Orleans at a famous restaurant called Antoine's back in 1899, and
Woo!
A little butter in there too, Austin.
Let me help.
yeah,
Just a little.
Debra, get her hands in there.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, check that out. Little
Yeah.
flip in.
So good.
so you start kind of sweat that down here,
Oh.
and just gives a great aroma there. Just like cook it a little bit. Maybe adjust your heat. Don't burn your stuff. Whatnot.
Okay.
And once that starts to get a little bit of aroma,
Yes.
add a little garlic there to it. Get a little more flavor.
A little garlic?
Yeah. Who doesn't like garlic?
I
Like
love
like Emerald, right?
Yeah.
Bam. So you can smell that. Just smells amazing, right?
Can you guys smell it through the camera? I can smell it.
That's right. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And garlic makes the world go round.
It does.
That's right. So, and after you get that kind of sweating, I usually like to go ahead with the spinach here. Get a little handful. It's gonna break down rather quickly. So it'll just melt essentially.
So you're just getting the flavors. So first you added all the ingredients just to get the flavors all smothered together.
Right.
And then we top this off because it's going to go on top, but it's going to get...
What I'm basically doing is
Process.
creating a sauce. So it's going to be the filling for the Rockefeller. And this is going to actually, in the end, go on top of the oyster, then thrown in the oven and come out with just golden brown perfection. So
So Armin, I'm going to say you have to feel so good because you trained Austin.
I trained Austin while he was in college. He's graduated. He's now my executive chef, and he's doing a great job. I can't do it without him,
Yeah, he's been.
especially this time of the year.
Yeah. So he's been often doing his own thing. So we're excited to have him on our show. Cook with us tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad to teach y'all some things. So.
Yes, it definitely is a teaching experience. I've always wondered how to do Oysters Rockefeller.
Yeah.
And I love it. And if you want to rewatch the show, you can always check out our podcast at DebraKennedyShow.com. Click on the podcast and watch step-by-step instructions for any of our cooking segments with Armin. Okay, now what did we add here?
A little heavy cream. It's
Okay.
just more of your base or your sauce. And it'll thicken up as it cooks.
Heaven.
Yeah. So it'll help wilt that spinach a little bit as well. So as that kind of reduces, just let that cook a little bit. And like I said, it's going to be your sauce in the end.
I'm going to have to say garlic. There's nothing like the smell of the garlic cooking. It's just so amazing.
Yeah.
It's an appetizer.
And what we're going to do while he lets that simmer down a little bit, we're going to come over here and start on another appetizer.
Okay.
As you can see, we have lots of appetizers out here that you can make at home or you can buy them from us. And we've got the Debra Kennedy Southern Decadence with pimento cheese and fried green tomatoes, one of her
I'm going to
favorites.
say my absolute favorite. Can I say you had me at Southern?
I
Debra
know.
Kennedy's Southern Decadence.
And we got your classic shrimp cocktail with Cajun seasoning. We've got a beautiful cheese spread. Remember, when you're doing cheese board at home, don't just put diced cheese and crackers out. You can do all kinds of fun stuff with it. And then we've got some mini Maryland crab cakes with a Cajun remoulade. We got a lot of Cajun stuff with my New Orleans chef over here.
Yes.
Putting a little flavor on everything. So Debra and I are going to start with a lot of the same ingredients that Austin did. We're going to start with our favorite, a little bit of olive oil and some butter, Debra.
Yes.
Perfect.
And what we're going to do is we're going to use the onions in a little bit different way. We're going to be stuffing some portobello mushrooms. And I've got some onions we're going to kind of caramelize a little bit as well in here. Just need a couple teaspoons. And then we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. And we're not going to go overboard on the flavors, but there's a secret ingredient right over there next to you, Debra. That is our allspice. When you're using spinach, it's great to use a little nutmeg, a little allspice, give it a nice.
Did you make this yourself?
Yes, we did.
So it's nutmeg.
Yeah, it's nutmeg and allspice, and they're just kind of a nice aromatic flavor to add to your spinach. Once again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add a little bit of spinach. And like Austin said, this breaks down pretty quickly in the pan. Now we're making a stuffing for our portobello mushrooms. So with these, what you want to do is help me pluck these out, Debra. We're going to take the core out of the mushroom. We're just going to set those aside. You can use these later in a soup or something else that you want to do with it. We're going to break the spinach down. And then we're going to add a little bit of our Parmesan cheese to this. And you can add Parmesan cheese, you can add mozzarella, you can add any kind of cheese you want, any kind of breadcrumbs you want if you like, or you can just do it with the spinach like we have here. So you just want to kind of let this sweat and break it down a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're not going to use this hot stuff that we have made right here. What I'm going to do is let Debra help me.
The magic of television.
The magic of television. We're going to actually take some of this stuffing. Now this has breadcrumbs in it. It's panko. And you can actually buy panko now with gluten-free. So if you have a gluten allergy, you don't have to have just regular breadcrumbs. You can use Italian, you can use any kind. Best way to do your mushrooms is to take these and saute them in a pan like this, or you can put them in the oven with a little bit of white wine over top of them to keep them from browning. A lot of times mushrooms will turn black. That's why I like the portobello, because they hold their color real well, and they've got a little bit more flavor to them as well. So I think we'll go back over here to Austin and let him finish showing you how we top off the oysters Rockefeller.
Oysters
Not the
Rockefeller.
oysters.
Oscar.
Well, it's Oscar-worthy
Yeah, that's right.
Oscar-worthy
Oysters
oysters.
Rockefeller. Say that.
Right. So while Armin and Debra were going at their wilted spinach with those mushrooms, I went ahead and added some Parmesan cheese and a little more cream and a dash of nutmeg just to give it some Sicilian like essence to this stuffing. So I turned it off and see it's reduced. It's coming together really nicely. So what we'll do from here is I actually like to just spoon a little bit of each on lightly because it's gonna cook and reduce anyway.
You can smell that
Onion
bacon and
oyster.
garlic.
Yeah, and this will just bring the oysters just to a whole new level. So this is why people in New Orleans actually go crazy over these things because they just eat these things up. You just put a little bit of this filling on each one.
And then Austin, you got some breadcrumbs here too to top that with. What did you make this with?
And that's just Italian breadcrumbs with garlic. It has parsley, oregano, basil, and butter, and it just gives it that brown crust on there when you bake it off. So that butter helps it become brown, and it'll actually keep that filling together in there. So it'll kind of help soak up some of that liquid.
So these are almost too pretty to eat.
They are.
They are, but we do have some down here in the oven all ready to go for you to try.
Yes, the wonders of television. How do we
I'll
pull
let
those
Austin
out?
reach down here in the oven.
Our television oven, like the magic of television, right?
That's right, exactly.
So
we always have
as-
a little bit ready for you. So
As he's pulling that out, tell me your favorite Christmas memory. Do you have a favorite Christmas memory?
Just growing up as kids and having a family of 5, one of the favorite things we all did on Christmas Eve was all get a new pair of pajamas, and we all got to show off our pajamas the first night, and we still keep that tradition alive today.
Oh, I love
it's
it.
kinda fun.
Doesn't it bring back good memories?
Oh, it
Holiday
does.
time.
It does. So these are the finished oysters, and how did you prepare those at the end? You bake them off?
Bake them off for about 10-15 minutes to where they're golden brown, as I told you before. It has a nice brown color on the top, and they're just ready to
beautiful.
eat. Yeah.
They're ready to eat.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then you got some mushrooms down there for me too, I hope, right?
most definitely.
Okay. Magic
Back
of
to our
television
magic oven.
again. Let's go to our television oven. The master of that.
It's pretty hot.
Can I help you? Okay.
Gotta be careful.
And here we have the portobello stuffed mushrooms. As you can see, they cook down quite a bit, and you have a nice sized mushroom, whereas these look a little big in the beginning, so you don't have to worry about not being a bite-sized piece, because you want to be able to pass these around the room, or just pick up a small plate and eat, and not look like you're gorging at a party.
So I'm going to say the things that we prepared today really were a matter of minutes, because yours was simplified. You had the oysters that were on the half shell,
Yeah.
and you we mixed 5 ingredients. It was ready. We baked it and then topped it off with a little Parmesan.
Very
Yours equally is easy. We had 4 ingredients.
Correct?
And we just baked these to a nice crisp texture, which is what, about 20 minutes or
About 15-20 minutes
minutes.
at 325 in the oven. You don't want to go too high because you don't want the mushrooms to get too runny and oozing off the plate. But by using the same ingredients here, you can make many hors d'oeuvres at the same time. So you can make this the day ahead of time, take it out, pop it in the oven and warm it, or put it out on a platter at room temperature.
And it's all about how it all comes together as a look. So we had the Debra Kennedy Southern Decadence. We have shrimp with our cocktail sauce. We have some Maryland crab cakes. We had our beautiful, fabulous cheese board, and our hot appetizer. So this is just a party that's traveling and ready to roll.
Exactly.
All we need is the guest, right?
right. Of
course.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming to the set. Armin,
problem.
thank you
Oh,
always.
it was a pleasure.
And Armin, thank you. And Austin, thank you. AA, Austin, Armin. And I want to say to our audience, thank you so much. Let's wave goodbye.
Happy holidays.